Have you ever found yourself in the middle of an emotional storm, feeling utterly lost and disconnected from who you truly are? Picture a time when you were overwhelmed by feelings, where every moment seemed like you were caught in a whirlpool, spinning and pulling you deeper into negativity. The weight of toxic relationships can create this exact feeling, whether it's a friend, family member, or partner. Toxic relationships have the power to hijack your emotional state, cloud your judgment, and drain your energy. This isn't just a personal struggle, it's something everyone goes through, but few know how to navigate effectively. Yet, the ancient Stoic philosophers have already provided us with powerful tools to manage this very challenge. Their teachings, though thousands of years old, offer timeless strategies to regain control over our emotions, detach from negativity, and reclaim our peace. By applying these ancient principles, you can stop feeling overwhelmed and start mastering your emotional responses, even in the most challenging relationships. Imagine the relief of no longer being at the mercy of toxic influences. This is not just about emotional survival, it's about emotional freedom, wisdom, and growth. So, if you've ever been held captive by your feelings, or if you're looking for a proven path to emotional balance and control, then this journey is for you. Get ready to transform your emotional struggles into stepping stones of personal growth and resilience. Let's explore this together. Step 1. Embrace the power of stepping back. At the heart of Stoic philosophy lies the belief that stepping back from an overwhelming situation can provide the clarity needed to make better decisions. Think about a time when you felt overwhelmed by your emotions, whether it was anger, sadness, or frustration. Often, in the heat of the moment, our judgment becomes clouded, and we're unable to think clearly. Imagine stepping away from the chaos, as if you were walking out of a room full of noise and confusion. This is exactly what Stoicism teaches. Seneca, one of the great Stoic philosophers, wrote extensively about the power of retreat. He wasn't suggesting you run away from your problems, but rather that you take a step back to see things from a more rational, calm perspective. When we take a break from emotionally charged situations, we allow ourselves the space to cool down, gain perspective, and evaluate the situation more objectively. This doesn't mean you're ignoring your problems. Instead, you're taking the time to reflect, allowing your mind to reset. By stepping back, you can look at the whole picture, not just the small fragment you're too close to. Even Aristotle, a renowned philosopher, spoke about the importance of he believed that wisdom begins with understanding ourselves and our emotions. This practice of stepping back is about being conscious of your emotional state and realizing that, like any storm, your emotions will pass, but only if you give them time to settle. Step 2. Reflect on why you need to step back. Once you've created physical and emotional distance, the next step is to dive deeper into your reasoning. Why do you feel the need to step away from this relationship or situation? What is it that's triggering such strong emotional responses in you? This kind of introspection is not just a way to understand your emotions, but also to identify patterns in your relationships that may be unhealthy. Epictetus, another Stoic philosopher, suggested that we should evaluate the impact of others on our emotional well-being. He encouraged us to examine our relationships and remove those that do not contribute positively to our growth. By reflecting on your own need for space, you gain insights into your boundaries and needs. Are the people in your life supporting your personal growth, or are they draining your energy? In this moment, you have the power to choose what influences you allow into your life. This step is crucial for establishing boundaries, knowing what is acceptable and what isn't. Socrates, famous for his assertion that the unexamined life is not worth living, advocated for self-examination in all aspects of life. In this case, it means reflecting on how your relationships shape your emotional world. This reflective process encourages you to ask tough questions. Does this relationship add value to my life? Does it make me a better version of myself? Step 3. Seek the wisdom of trusted others. Though Stoicism emphasizes personal introspection, it also values the role of trusted companions. A Stoic would not advise you to navigate life alone. In times of emotional turmoil, a conversation with someone you trust can provide clarity and an alternative perspective on your situation. Seneca often spoke about the importance of friendship. A good friend, according to Seneca, is like a mirror, reflecting aspects of yourself that you might not see. When you're too close to a situation, it's easy to become emotionally entangled. A trusted friend can provide a neutral perspective, offering insights you might have missed. In times of emotional conflict, talking to someone you trust can also help you sort through your feelings and ideas. Socrates, in his method of dialectic questioning, emphasized dialogue as a means of discovering truth. When you talk to someone who understands you, the conversation can become a tool for clarity and wisdom. It's not just about seeking advice, it's about using the conversation as a space to process your thoughts. However, it's important to choose wisely who you confide in. A trusted friend is someone who listens without judgment, offers thoughtful advice, and respects your boundaries. In the Stoic sense, this is an essential part of cultivating virtuous relationships that help you grow and maintain emotional well-being. Step 4. Set boundaries on your emotions. One of the most challenging aspects of dealing with toxic relationships is managing how your emotions react to the situation. Emotions, like waves in the ocean, come and go. Sometimes they can overwhelm us, but as Epictetus taught, it's not the events that disturb us, but our judgments about them. Setting emotional boundaries is about recognizing that while emotions are natural, they do not need to dictate your behavior. Emotions are important, but they are not in charge of your life. You are, by acknowledging your emotions without allowing them to take control, you begin the process of emotional self-regulation. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, frequently wrote about the importance of controlling our responses to external events. He believed that while we cannot control what happens to us, we can control how we respond. By setting emotional boundaries, you regain control over your reactions and begin to manage your emotions rather than being swept away by them. This doesn't mean suppressing your emotions. It means feeling them, understanding them, and then deciding how to act in a way that aligns with your values. Just like a sailor navigates through a storm, you can learn to navigate through emotional turbulence by adjusting your mindset. Step 5. Consider the long-term consequences of your actions before making any drastic decisions, especially when it comes to cutting ties or emotionally detaching from someone. It's essential to think about the long-term consequences. Marcus Aurelius often emphasized the importance of considering the future and the impact of our choices. Reflecting on the long-term effects allows you to make decisions that will lead to personal growth and emotional well-being. This reflection is not just about your happiness, but also about considering how your decisions will affect others. Will distancing yourself from this toxic relationship lead to greater peace and clarity in the future? Or could it cause regret and missed opportunities for reconciliation? Understanding the potential consequences helps you act in a way that aligns with your long-term vision for emotional freedom. Stoicism encourages foresight and rational decision-making. It's about evaluating how your actions now will impact your emotional health, your relationships, and your personal growth in the future. Reflect on past experiences to guide your current choices. What have you learned from previous decisions? This practice of rational evaluation is key to navigating complex emotional challenges. Step 6. Disconnect from social media in the modern world. Social media can often become a source of overwhelming emotional stress. Constant notifications, comparisons, and information overload can disrupt your emotional balance. Marcus Aurelius' teachings remind us to focus on what is within our control and not let external distractions disturb our inner peace. Taking a break from social media is a powerful way to reclaim your mental space. During this time, focus on activities that bring you genuine joy and peace. Reading a book, practicing a hobby, spending time with loved ones, or simply resting. By detaching from the constant barrage of information, you can refocus on what truly matters to you and restore your emotional balance. Plato, in his works, highlighted the importance of engaging with the real world, rather than getting lost in the shadows and distractions of an illusory existence. In the context of social media, this means stepping away from the curated online world and reconnecting with your immediate surroundings. Step 7. Focus on what truly matters to you. Final and most profound step is to focus on what truly matters to your happiness and personal growth. This step is about identifying the core values and principles that guide your life. It's about focusing on what brings you fulfillment and peace, and not being distracted by the superficial or external pressures that pull you away from your true path. Marcus Aurelius and Epictetus both taught that the key to happiness lies in focusing on what is within our control and aligning our actions with our deepest values. By doing this, you can create a life that is rich in purpose, meaning, and emotional freedom. In a practical sense, Focusing on what matters means evaluating your relationships, activities, and goals. Are they aligned with your core values? Do they nourish your soul, or do they drain you? In every decision, ask yourself if it leads to personal growth, peace, and fulfillment. This practice of intentional living is a cornerstone of Stoic wisdom. Conclusion: your journey to emotional freedom, detaching from toxic relationships, is not an overnight journey. It requires time, introspection, and a willingness to face difficult truths. But by applying Stoic principles, you can learn to navigate your emotions with clarity, cultivate healthier relationships, and create a life of peace and fulfillment. Remember, emotional freedom is not about eliminating all negative emotions. It's about learning how to manage and respond to them in a way that supports your well-being. By stepping back, reflecting on your relationships, and focusing on what truly matters, you can regain control over your emotional world. As you continue on this journey, remember that each step you take is an investment in your emotional growth and resilience. Keep these teachings close and let them guide you toward a life of greater peace and wisdom now. If you're ready to take the next step in your journey, click on one of the playlists on the screen. Dive deeper into the world of Stoicism and emotional mastery, and let's grow together.